Hey everyone, I am back. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been like, what, 3-4 months since my last video? I've been quite busy to say the least. Busy with personal life stuff, but in a good way. I recently got married. And yeah, obviously there was a lot to plan there, and that's kept me pretty busy, and I had the perfect cufflinks to wear on that day, so that was awesome. That went great. And then after that, I went on my honeymoon in Hawaii, and that was awesome, yeah. And, been busy with other social stuff too. Just my videos had to kind of take a backseat for a while, but, here I am. And there's a lot to talk about concerning the Nintendo Switch 2 that's happened within that time, so yeah, let's get into that. So I'll start off by talking about the Switch 2 pre-order situation because, man, that was a shit show, right? And I don't want to get into this too much because I will be upfront, I got a pre-order and I don't want to make anyone who didn't feel bad. I don't want to rub salt in the wound because, trust me, I feel for you. I get it. And I think it was pure luck that I got mine because, oh man, the night they got put up, I was just constantly refreshing like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, just like crazy trying to get one, and the sites were all crashing out or like having their own errors. After like an hour, I finally got one in through Walmart and I was like, holy crap. And yeah, I am one of the lucky ones, and I did get a Switch 2 pre-order, but I hated how that went. That was an ordeal, and I know a lot of people didn't. There are a lot of very frustrated people out there for good reason, and just it happens every time. And I'm sure a lot of scalpers with their bots got them. I don't know, but just, oh man. GameStop at least had like the in-person pre-orders, and I had that kind of as a backup option, but apparently at my local GameStop, people were already lining up like the night before, so I don't know how much luck I would have had if I had done that. I guess it just depends which area you're in, how populated it is, and how popular the GameStop there is. I don't know. Each GameStop got different number of pre-orders. But yeah, what an ordeal. And I'll move on to one more negative topic, which is the pricing. And I am someone who is a bit of a Nintendo apologist, I fully admit, but I am not happy about all the pricing here that's going on. I think the system at $450 is totally fair. Like, I'm fine with that price, considering the specs and everything and how powerful it's going to be. Yeah, $450 I think is a great deal for the Switch 2 itself, but then you get into the games and accessories and oh boy. I think Mario Kart World looks amazing. Like, I am super hyped for it. I think it could be the best Mario Kart game. It's open world, it's got all the stuff going on, and just the animations and everything look great, but I don't see what justifies it as being $80. That's just Nintendo being greedy, and they're gonna get away with it. Us Nintendo fans are, obviously gonna buy it, but I'm not happy about it. And then stuff like the Welcome Tour, the fact that that even costs money is dumb. $10, yeah, that's not much, but for like something that's just a tech demo that should just come with the system, that's just dumb. Welcome Tour looks dumb. And then there's that first party Nintendo Switch 2 carrying case that's like $80, $85 or something. I'm just like, no, I bought a third party carrying case that I'm sure is going to work great for it. And it was like $20, so. But yeah, that's enough ranting. Let's get into the positive stuff because I am super hyped for the Switch 2 and its games. Mario Kart World, oh man, that just looks awesome. Like open world Mario Kart where you can find stuff as you roam around. It reminds me of Diddy Kong Racing, and I love Diddy Kong Racing. The tracks from what I've seen so far just look great, and all the characters, the freaking cow. Yeah, I am excited. And, it makes total sense that that's a launch game. Nintendo knows what they're doing. That's gonna be the game to get. That's gonna be the evergreen game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold like, I think 65 million as of now, which is like by far the highest selling Switch game, so Mario Kart World as a launch title totally makes sense. And then a month after that comes Donkey Kong Bonanza, and that looks awesome. 3D Donkey Kong game that looks much better than Donkey Kong 64. I know opinions were mixed on that one, and I won't get into that, but yeah, the animation and everything looks really cool, and just destroying the land and stuff and making your own path. I am hyped for that. That looks awesome. And plus all the third-party stuff that's coming out, like Elden Ring, which isn't my kind of game, but I totally, acknowledge that's a big deal. And Street Fighter 6, I'm double dipping for that. I'm getting that on my Switch too because I think that's awesome that that's coming to that. And Virtua Fighter 5 Revo just got announced for Switch 2, so yeah, Virtua Fighter on Switch 2, and just, yeah, looks like third parties are totally on board, and I am happy for that. And then there's the Switch 2 editions of the Switch games, and some of these are getting like major content upgrades, like Kirby and the Forgotten Lands getting like a whole new campaign, and Mario Party Jamboree's just getting all new kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of possibilities there. I can't help but wondering what other Switch 1 games, if any, are going to get Switch 2 editions, because there's so many cool possibilities there. And obviously, if it's me, my mind goes to Smash Brothers. You know, there could be a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Switch 2 edition. That's a mouthful. But yeah, they could add even more characters on top of the roster. I know they said there will be no new characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so is the last one, but you know, this is Smash Ultimate Switch 2 edition. They could add more. I always want more Smash. And this opens the window for that. And another reason I bring up Smash is because it ended up Sakurai is working on Kirby. Which, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be Smash Brothers or maybe another Kid Icarus or something else. I didn't think he was coming back to Kirby after so long, but yeah, here we are. He's working on Kirby Air Riders, which, you know, I'm sure will be awesome, but it kind of leaves the question, like, what's the future for Smash Brothers if Sakurai's busy with something else? It could be just Smash isn't coming for a while because Sakurai will get to it after Kirby maybe, or it could be they're doing Smash without Sakurai. Or maybe he's just a supportive role, I don't know. Or maybe he's kind of, if what I was just saying about Smash Ultimate Switch 2 Edition is happening, maybe he's just kind of overseeing that because that'll be way less effort than, you know, a brand new game. So he could be doing Kirby and Smash on the side. That guy is a workaholic, so that would not surprise me. But just, yeah. Smash is on my mind all the time, so I can't help but wonder what the future for Smash is with Sakurai working on Kirby. But with that said, I am super hyped for Kirby Air Riders. I'm sure that's going to be an awesome game. I'm going to get it probably at launch, and yeah. Going back to other games they've announced for Switch 2, there's also Dragon Drive, which has, you know, the wheelchair robot characters, and I've seen lots of horrible comments made all over the internet because, you know, it's the internet. But my problem with that game is just the character designs. It looks so bland. Everything's just gray. There's hardly any color, and all the characters look the exact same. There's no personality. So I have no hype for that game. It might be fun, but unless it gets like overwhelmingly high reviews, I'm probably not gonna get it myself. And I've seen a lot of people compare it to ARMS, saying it's like the Switch 2's ARMS, and no, I don't agree with that at all. Those two games could not look any more different. And with that said, I want an ARMS 2. I want a sequel to ARMS. Let's hope. And of course, there are still a lot of games that they have not announced yet that are coming down the line, and, you know, lots of possibilities there. I think the next 3D Mario is going to be announced anytime now. I'm surprised it wasn't, but I guess because Donkey Kong Bonanza was, they didn't want like 2 3D platformers announced at once, but, you know, they've got to be doing 3D Mario. And I could see another Animal Crossing be announced before too long because, you know, Animal Crossing New Horizons was so popular. I'm sure people getting Switch 2 will just be ready for Animal Crossing, and I think it's almost impossible at this point for another Animal Crossing to be as popular as New Horizons was, just because of the situation surrounding it and the time it was released. But Animal Crossing is clearly like one of Nintendo's biggest properties now, so it's coming soon, I imagine. Switching over to a somewhat negative topic, I suppose, I guess I should bring up all the stuff going on with physical games right now, because from what it seems like, Nintendo themselves are releasing games physically, like on the cartridge, like normal, but most third parties seem to be releasing I think it's called digital key cards, where they come with a cartridge, but there's no game on the cartridge. It's pretty much a glorified key code, and it downloads it from the internet, and a lot of people are justifiably upset by that. And yeah, it makes me even wonder, like, I might be going mostly digital this generation, and because there's no point to having those key cards, I feel like. I know that might sound blasphemous. I love collecting physical games. I've been more of a physical game person. I bought most of my Switch games physically, but, you know, these companies are pushing for digital, and I don't know how much I want to jump through hoops to keep getting physical games. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I hold on and still get games physically? I don't know. I might just give in and do mostly digital. We'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, and then there was the mouse mode, which, you know, works pretty much exactly like everyone thought it was going to. You just put the Joy-Con on the side, and it's a mouse. And there's a lot of really cool possibilities there. You know, everyone's saying Mario Paint. I'd love a new Mario Paint. Just all out in the modern age. And just, yeah, I will say that most of the time I'm playing Switch, I don't have a convenient table space in front of me, so I don't know how often I will use mouse mode unless it's for something really cool, like, you know, a new Mario Paint or Mario Maker 3 or something. But lots of cool possibilities there. And I think that pretty much covers everything that I've been wanting to talk about now. It's good to be back on YouTube again. And yeah, what do you guys all think? Are you excited for the Switch 2? Were you not able to get a pre-order and you're super frustrated? Did you get a pre-order and you're like, yeah? As of this recording, there's about 3 weeks left to Switch 2, and I am super excited. I cannot wait. I am going to be playing that so much, which I haven't been playing my Switch as much, so it's going to be good to be doing constant gaming again. So yeah, please share any thoughts you have about this. I always love the feedback, and no promises, but I will try to get back to making videos regularly again, because I like being on YouTube. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a hat, stack, and good day.